Success is never a straight line. At the beginning of any new journey, we often feel an illusion of progress. Everything seems easy and clear. Our confidence is high, and we believe that mastery or achievement is just around the corner. This initial overconfidence is part of what psychologists call the Dunning-Kruger effect, a phenomenon where people with limited knowledge tend to overestimate their abilities. At first, tasks feel simple, decisions seem obvious, and even complex challenges appear manageable. This creates a sense of excitement, motivation, and sometimes even a false sense of security. We feel like we are moving quickly toward our goals, but as time passes and we dive deeper into the reality of the work, the true challenges emerge. What once seemed simple now feels difficult, progress slows down, and every small obstacle begins to feel overwhelming. This is not failure. It is a natural stage in the journey toward excellence. Seth Godin calls this stage the dip. The dip is the hidden valley between initial excitement and ultimate mastery. It's that period where enthusiasm fades, where the effort you put in seems to outweigh the rewards, and where the first signs of fatigue and frustration appear. Most people quit here, thinking that their lack of immediate success is a sign that they should give up. But in reality, the dip is the test that separates ordinary people from extraordinary achievers. Those who endure the dip, who continue despite frustration, who refine their skills and push beyond their comfort zone, often emerge with rare expertise, deep understanding, and unmatched resilience. The dip is a necessary filter. It distinguishes those who are committed from those who are merely interested. It shows who is willing to go the extra mile, to face discomfort, and to adapt and learn when the path becomes hard. Every small setback, every frustrating moment is part of the process, shaping the mindset, patience, and perspective needed for long-term success. However, not every struggle is worth enduring. Godin warns us about another trap, the cul-de-sac. Unlike the dip, the cul-de-sac is a dead end. No matter how much effort you put in, no real progress happens. Resources, time, and energy are wasted, and the outcome rarely justifies the investment. It's the project where the rules are stacked against you, where momentum cannot build, and where rewards never match the effort. The challenge is not to stubbornly push everywhere, but to identify the areas where effort truly matters. Successful people are those who can distinguish between a dip worth enduring and a cul-de-sac that should be abandoned. They know where to invest their energy and where to step back. This ability to discern the worthwhile from the futile is a skill developed through observation, experience, and a clear understanding of one's own goals. It is the difference between working hard and working smart, between wasting energy and focusing on growth. Think of it this way. In the dip, yesterday's impossible becomes today's possible through persistence, learning, and adaptation. In the cul-de-sac, yesterday's impossible remains impossible regardless of effort. Recognizing the difference between these two paths is a critical skill for anyone striving for meaningful achievement. Understanding this distinction allows you to allocate your energy more wisely and avoid wasting years on efforts that will never bear fruit. It's not about avoiding struggle, it's about choosing the right struggle. Those who master this skill gain the freedom to focus on pursuits that truly matter, which is often the defining factor between moderate and extraordinary success. Every step, every decision, and every challenge faced during the dip adds to your capacity to handle greater obstacles and greater rewards in the future. The dip is also a test of purpose. Enduring effort without meaning is draining and often leads to burnout. Godin emphasizes that having a strong reason, a compelling why, is essential. When motivation wanes, your purpose anchors you, giving you the strength to continue. Friedrich Nietzsche famously said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." The dip challenges us not just physically or mentally, but also existentially. It separates those who are just trying from those who are fully committed to their vision. Understanding your why transforms the dip from a burden into a filter that strengthens resolve and refines focus. With clarity of purpose, obstacles become stepping stones rather than roadblocks. It becomes possible to view every difficulty not as a barrier, but as a checkpoint, an opportunity to learn, adapt, and refine one's strategy. Those who can harness this understanding move forward with confidence even in the face of prolonged struggle. Purpose is not a luxury. It is the engine that drives perseverance, learning, and growth during the hardest phases of any endeavor. Another crucial aspect of navigating the dip is learning the art of quitting strategically. Extraordinary success does not come from being mediocre at many things. It comes from being exceptional at a few things that truly matter. This requires ruthless clarity and disciplined focus. To say yes to the right opportunities, you must learn to say no to distractions and pursuits that dilute your energy and attention. Quitting the wrong paths is not a sign of weakness but a conscious strategy to free resources for what will actually drive growth and achievement. Many people waste years on projects, jobs, or relationships that yield little progress, believing persistence alone will lead to success. In reality, recognizing when to quit allows you to redirect effort toward high-leverage actions that have the potential to transform your life. It is through this combination of endurance in the right places and timely withdrawal from the wrong ones that extraordinary outcomes are achieved. Energy, focus, and attention are finite. Allocating them wisely defines the difference between those who achieve average results and those who reach their full potential. Chance and opportunity also play an indispensable role in success. Persistence is important, but luck finds those who create the conditions for it to occur. By consistently showing up, learning, experimenting, and putting yourself in situations where serendipity can strike, you amplify your probability of encountering beneficial opportunities. The intersection of preparation and chance is where breakthrough success often emerges. The more surfaces you create through consistent effort, skill development, and strategic choices, the more opportunities the world presents. But this also demands discernment. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing. Success comes from identifying which opportunities align with your strengths, purpose, and long-term objectives. Investing your time in ventures that match your goals while ignoring distractions ensures that when luck presents itself, you are ready to capitalize on it. This combination of readiness, focus, and selective persistence transforms random chance into reliable growth over time. Delayed gratification is another essential lesson embedded within the dip. True growth often demands sacrificing short-term pleasure or comfort for long-term benefit. The famous marshmallow experiment illustrated that children who could resist immediate rewards developed stronger self-control and ultimately achieved more in life. Similarly, navigating the dip requires trading temporary ease for lasting mastery. Immediate gratification can be alluring, but it usually comes at the cost of skill development, expertise, and long-term advantage. Learning to endure discomfort, push through fatigue, and maintain consistency is what separates those who reach mediocrity from those who reach excellence. Each small, disciplined choice compounds over time, creating cumulative advantages that are often invisible until a significant breakthrough occurs. The dip rewards those who prioritize growth over ease, mastery over immediate reward, and strategic focus over scattered effort. Ultimately, the dip should not be viewed as your enemy but as a bridge between ordinary outcomes and extraordinary achievement. At the first sign of difficulty, most people retreat. They mistake temporary struggle for insurmountable failure. But those who view the dip as a challenge rather than a punishment find that crossing it is the gateway to exceptional results. Each obstacle conquered, each moment of discomfort endured, and each skill refined during the dip builds not just competence but confidence, resilience, and perspective. The choice is always yours, to turn back at the first sign of resistance or to persist and cross the bridge to the other side. Success is not linear or guaranteed, but it is available to those who recognize the difference between challenges that lead to growth and dead ends that waste energy. Mastery, expertise, and remarkable achievement lie on the far side of the dip, waiting for those willing to endure, learn, and focus with purpose. By understanding the nature of effort, opportunity, purpose, and delayed gratification, you equip yourself to transform challenges into triumphs and make the journey toward your goals both strategic and deeply meaningful.